And today I'm going to explain how homeowners throw away tens of thousands of dollars when selling a house as is, and how you can follow a specific strategy that I use to protect your equity and obtain the maximum sale price for your property without having to fix a single item. From a legal perspective, the term as is refers to you agreeing to not to make any repairs prior to the closing. You are selling the property in its present state. But as is does not mean unprepared. And that's where many homeowners unintentionally forfeit a tremendous amount of their equity. And investors know this. The more overwhelmed you become, the more appealing that fast cash offer appears. And that's how many sellers throw away money. Now let's talk about why many homeowners choose to accept a lower offer than expected. It usually has nothing to do with the physical state of the property itself. Most people assume that investors buy houses due to their need for renovations. What investors are actually really searching for is an overwhelmed seller. And the house becomes an obstacle. Then someone arrives and tells you, don't clean anything, don't fix anything, we'll buy it in as-is condition, just the way it exists now. Honestly, this can seem like a blessing. But unfortunately, the convenience usually comes at a very large cost. And that cost is typically your equity. The issue isn't necessarily the condition of the home. It's how well you present the home. When buyers enter a home jammed floor to ceiling with items, they can't envision the rooms. When a property looks neglected, they assume that every mechanical component within the home is failing also. And when the photographs taken of the homes are subpar, they never even schedule a viewing. Your goal is not to conceal imperfection in your home. Your goal is to provide buyers with an idea of the potential. And therefore, presentation is critical. So how do you avoid these lowball offers? You prepare your home strategically, not through renovations, not through spending $50,000, simply removing barriers preventing buyers from recognizing the potential within the home. So step one, managing your logistical and clean issues. When a home is stuffed with 20 plus years of stuff, buyers don't see square feet. They see labor. They see dumpster removal. They see moving vehicles. They see chaos. Each piece of visual clutter removed makes it easier for buyers to imagine living in your home. Step two is the deep cleaning. This task gets underestimated so often. A professional cleaning gives a completely different perception of the same house. Same kitchen, same bathroom, same floors, but clean houses demonstrate care. Buyers start to feel confident in buying your home. And step three is soft staging. You don't need to rent high-priced furniture pieces. Simple gestures create large differences in your ability to create a warm atmosphere in your home for buyers, like fresh towels, decorative ideas, minimal furniture placements. The purpose is creating warmth and enabling buyers to form an emotional connection with your property. And step four is professional photographs. I can't stretch this enough. This may be the most significant aspect of preparing your home for sale. More likely than not, prospective buyers will view your property online before stepping foot into it. And low quality images draw bargain shoppers. And quality images bring traditional buyers to your home. And generally speaking, quality of your photographs often dictates the quality of your offers. Let me give you an example of how this works in real life. I recently worked with a homeowner who was feeling completely overwhelmed. The property had deferred maintenance. The home was packed with belongings. An investor made an offer for cash before we even had the house on the market. Frankly, at that point, she was seriously thinking about taking it. And it wasn't because the offer was so good or getting her property's fair market value either. She felt like she wanted the hassle and headaches to stop. But instead of doing that, we went in a different direction completely. We prepared the house for sale by cleaning out unwanted items, by performing extensive cleaning services, and by adding minimal staging elements. And we actually only used what she already had. Then we hired a professional photographer, and finally, by listing the property on the public MLS for sale by multiple parties. The outcome was incredible. We attracted multiple interested buyers competing for the property, and the price ended up higher than what investor offered. The family retained hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity that would have otherwise gone into another person's account. At this point, perhaps you're asking yourself if I am saying that investors should always be avoided. Absolutely not. There will be times when an investor provides the correct solution for your situation. In case of a foreclosure, title issues, damage beyond repair to the property, family disputes, and times when speed takes precedence over profitability selling the asset. And once you have all this data, now you are making an informed business decision instead of acting out of emotion. Typically, that's when homeowners make their best decisions for themselves. So when you're dealing with inherited real estate, a house that's requiring repairs, or attempting to sell real estate in as-is condition in New York or New Jersey, don't just assume that your only alternative is taking the quickest cash offer provided by an investor, because you may possess far more equity than you ever realize. And the difference between an uninhabitable house and an unprepared house can literally be tens of thousands of dollars. Do you wish to know what price your property might fetch, and if a sale of your house as is on an open market would represent your best alternatives? Click this link to schedule complimentary consultation where we review your circumstances and advise you on valuable alternatives. And I'm rooting for your successful outcome.